from the American Street Photography blog. So I wanted to review Zen Brush 2, which I think is actually one of the most fascinating and awesome apps I've ever used in a while. So essentially the app is this calligraphy tool, and there's so many different things you could do with it. And I personally find that as a photographer and visual artist, I like to use calligraphy as a way to just kind of sketch my sentiments and my feelings. And whenever I'm sketching things, I kind of do the Jackson Pollock, Franz Klein approach where I just kind of don't take it seriously. Often I'll just kind of look at random things in the real world. So for example, this is my current view, like looking at some trees outside. And often I'll just go to nature or public places and just kind of sketch what I see. Is, you see some trees, some grass, and I think the ultimate thing is to not judge your artworks as good or bad, just to have fun with it. And things I like to do, adjust the size so you can make a really big size, so you could just sketch something big like this. And every time I make a sketch, I just save it to my iPhone. Other things you could do is you could add like different shades and tones. So in the right corner, you can see you could adjust all the different types of darknesses, which is kind of fun. Also, one thing I really like is there's also like you could so it's super I love it because it's just super minimalist. So you just have black and red in different shades. So even red just kind of adds a nice little flavor to it. In the top right corner, when you delete it, I just kind of like that animation. And there's so many different ways that you could approach it. And if you just want to save an image in the top right corner, press the hamburger menu, share, and then you can press save image. And some things I like to do, I'll like take the red thing, and I'll just make the edges red. Then I'll go back to the black tool, and I'll just kind of sketch whatever nonsense is in my mind. And to me, it's just kind of fun because it's a way to directly transfer your energy into the images. And not only that, but there are going to be some times that you can't always be out shooting photographs. And so maybe when you're just kind of staying at home or just kind of sketching, you could just use this tool as a form of another form of artistic self-creation. And it's just kind of fun too because you could learn how to play with the different brushstrokes. And there's also different ways you could do. You could do wet, standard, or dry. So wet, it's way more milky, I suppose. The standard is the combination of both. And the dry, it's kind of really dry brushstrokes. I find myself personally jumping between standard and dry. Ultimately, I think the standard is probably the most fun and interesting. And it just kind of depends on my mood and my sentiment. And ultimately, and there's also the cool thing is you could change different type of templates and different color types. So you could, do gold, which is pretty cool, or you could change it to like gold black dust, which is kind of cool too. And so there's so many different ways that you could create images. And ultimately, if we all consider ourselves visual artists, it don't matter if we're making photographs, sketches, drawings, illustrations. It's all good. So, anyways, go to the App Store, check it out, ZenBrush 2. It's you can use on iPad, iPhone, whatever. I personally like to use it on the iPhone because it can make sketches wherever I am. And then you could just kind of go to your photos, and you could just take a look at all the little fun images that you've sketched and created in the past. And yeah, I just kind of try not to take it too seriously. I like to sketch whatever I see and just find inspiration anytime, anywhere you are, and use that as a chance to fully thrive as a visual artist. So just give it a go and leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. All right, peace out.